Okay, so school's about to start in about 1 or 2 weeks from now. And to be honest, I never liked school. It is rubbish. It's basically prison. So knowing that I only got 1 or 2 weeks left feels like the end of the world. So in this video, as you read by the title, I'm just gonna be talking about some things that I hate about school. And trust me, there's a lot of points I'm gonna cover in this video. So yeah, sit back and enjoy the rant. Now, firstly, we got the uniform. Now, I feel from the US, you are extremely lucky to not be able to wear uniform. Because in the UK, we sadly have uniform. And I cannot stress to you how uncomfortable it is. You might as well just get me to wear barbed wire instead. I prefer that over uniform. And we start the uniform package with two absolutely uncomfortable and tight shoes. I mean, these shoes are so crap, they honestly restrict your movement. As well as that, they are so good at absorbing heat in the summer. I mean, your feet in the summer when you're wearing these shoes is like a flipping heat wave, okay? In an inferno, your feet will be sweating. And another dumb thing I never understood about wearing shoes in school, they have to be black. And that's alright. But if they have the smallest white Nike logo, Adidas, or anything like that, they get confiscated. That's so dumb. And the second part of the package, we have these grey, tight as fuck trousers that are so skinny. It makes you look like a twig. And they have absolutely no ability to hide a random boner whatsoever. Thirdly, you got this rubbish long sleeve shirt. It makes you look like a freaking neek, fam. And the buttons are so tight, especially the collar one. Like, it feels like I'm getting stabbed in my collar. Like, make them loose, please. And then you got those shitty little metal clip-on ties that little dickheads can easily grab off you and run away with. Like, can you not make them any more secure? And finally, you got the blazer, the worst part of the uniform. I mean, the blazer never comes in medium size, either small or large. So you're either gonna look like a twig or a freaking hot air balloon, okay? Pick your poison. Now, the second thing that I hate about school is the teachers. Pretty much the thing that most people hate. Because I personally do not like the idea of being controlled for 7 hours of my day by some waste man who has a socially higher rank than me. I honestly do not know what goes through people's rubbish brains when they think of applying for a teacher. Because you're either gonna be the most hated human being in the building you work at or have the most stressful life ever. Because if you're like a teacher who can control the class easily, chances are you're pretty strict. And if you're a teacher who has no ability in that matter, turns out you're most likely the teacher who starts stressing out and screaming at the class like some crackhead gorilla. Do you honestly think that's a good career choice? Being the most hated person on the planet or killing your lungs? I wouldn't do that shit no matter what my salary was. I got this one DT teacher and I'm pretty sure he cannot express any other emotion apart from anger. I mean, there is not a single day in my entire life of going to school where he's never been pissed off. Do you know how this geezer gets his class to shut up? He don't shout at the class. He pulls out a hammer and bashes one of the tables as hard as he can. I mean, this guy, even when we went on a trip to a theme park, I saw him on one of the maddest rides there, and he still had an angry expression. I'm like, what even are you? Are you human? Clearly not. I think you're from hell. And the third thing that just pisses me off when it comes to school is this also has something to do with teachers, is some of the stuff that teachers say, it makes no sense and it just pisses me off. For example, right, back when I was in year 8, I got into a fight with some kids and I got excluded as a matter of fact. And I don't know why I got excluded because my opponent clearly started the fight. I mean, he hit me first, he escalated the situation, and somehow I still got excluded because I fought back in self defense. And might I add, I fought in the UK using self defense to fight someone who's attacked you first. It's pretty legal, but no, apparently self defense in this garbage school is illegal. But that's not what annoyed me. The thing that annoyed me is what this idiot teacher said before he excluded me. This geezer said, "Oh, you shouldn't fight. If someone tries to attack you, ignore it and tell a teacher." That is the worst advice ever. If someone tries to attack you, what exactly do you think ignoring it is gonna do? Oh, I'm just gonna ignore it. Oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, I'm gonna avoid the fight. No, you're gonna wake up in hospital with 15 stitches on your fucking face, you idiot. And then they also say stuff like, tell a teacher. And again, this is horrible advice. Unless you want a death wish, do not tell a teacher. Because what do you think is going to happen if you tell a teacher? Oh, they're going to stop bullying you? No, this ain't no anti-bullying video. The bullying just can get worse if you do that. Now, if you were to snitch on your bullies in, like, let's say the 1980s, or I guess you'll just get beaten up once or twice. But in 2019, and with the dramatic rise in knife crime and gun murders in the US, I'm pretty sure most young people's motives aren't to beat you up, but to make you eat lead. So yeah, don't snitch in this day and age. Right, the fourth thing that I just hate about school is some of the boring topics we learn about. Like, why are we learning about algebra? It's such a irrelevant, confusing, and absolutely boring lesson. When in your life are you ever gonna use x squared or x? I don't know how many crap letters there are in that flipping next language. Like, when are you ever gonna use that? If you are somehow gonna use maths, you waste man. Have you ever heard of a calculator? Just use that instead. And then there's history. Like this, why are we learning about stuff that happened a couple of thousand years ago? I don't care. It's like completely irrelevant to what's happening today. Like, I don't care about what happens. It's so boring. And most of the teachers that teach this subject are so strict. Oh, no slouching in your chairs in the lesson that's most easiest to fall asleep to. Some lessons are honestly dangerous if they're not led by the right people, and this lesson is 99% of the time always PE. I mean, so the PE teachers, they have no emotions and they have no mercy. They are heartless creatures. I mean, they be dragging us outside in the winter in the freezing cold, forcing us to run like five freaking laps around the pitch with no coat on, and they're saying that was completely submerged in like 25 puffer jackets. I'm like, you utter hypocrites. But the worst lesson by far has to be geography. I mean, I'm not even joking. Some of the stuff we learn in this dead lesson consists of rocks, sand, water, and dirt. How the fuck do teachers have a genuine passion to teach this stuff? It is mind numbing. However, I think well and truly the worst part of school is when you had a tough, stressful week and then you be like, it's a Friday, I'm gonna come home, rest my head, take some time off school, and then guess what? Every single teacher you had that day gave you a 1 hour homework to do. If you're a teacher and you've done this to any of your students, you are a dickhead of the highest level. However, despite the fact that I pretty much violated school in all levels, there's one part of school that I genuinely enjoy, and that is when it ends.
Looking